The gruesome discovery of 11 bodies on Gilgo Beach in the early hours of December 2010 would shock the nation. The remains had been dumped on the beach in Suffolk County, New York, but it was the way in which they were found that made this case so terrifying. All of the bodies were found within a quarter mile of each other, 90% of them on or just off the beach, the others in a nearby wooded area. The victims appeared to have been dumped there sometime between April and October 2010, and what investigators found when they examined the remains suggested a level of brutality that was truly sickening. The FBI was called in, and for the next 2 years, hundreds of agents worked around the clock to catch what the media began calling the Long Island serial killer. Victims were mostly sex workers who'd been strangled with an unknown but very strong cord. And although the killer clearly chose his victims carefully, he wasn't shy about the way in which he disposed of them. But despite the huge amount of media attention and the $50,000 reward offered by the authorities for information leading to an arrest, nobody came forward with any solid leads. And after 2 years, the investigation went cold. But just when it seemed like the case might never be solved, in March 2013, a woman contacted the police. She told them that she'd seen a man she believed to be the Long Island serial killer dumping a woman's body on the beach in October 2010. She also said that he confessed to her that he'd killed up to 90 women. Police were able to match the description of the man she'd seen with that of a known murderer, a man already in prison for another crime. But although the evidence against him was circumstantial, the police felt they had no choice but to arrest him. And so on July 13, 2015, Rex Heuermann was arrested for the murders. But almost immediately, his lawyers began casting doubt on the evidence, claiming that their client was innocent and pointing out that the only evidence against him was the word of a convicted felon who had, quote, a history of mental illness. What followed was a legal battle that lasted more than 6 years. But in the end, in March 2022, Heuermann was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Although he's now behind bars, the mystery surrounding the Gilgo Beach murders still remains. With more than a dozen victims, a possible 90, and new evidence suggesting that there could be even more, the case is far from closed.